Functional Analyst Interview, starring Eric as Anne and Megan as Megan. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Anne. How are you? Come on in and take a seat.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So how is your week going?
Oh, it's going okay. Same old.
Yeah. Do you want a coffee? My assistant actually just made us some.
I would love some.
Okay, perfect. There you go.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So why don't we get right down to work? So why don't you describe me some of your concerns and your behavior concerns with David?
Well, every time we have a huge problem with every time that I leave him, he throws tantrums, really bad tantrums that he ends up hurting himself a lot. It's really bad.
And do you find they're getting worse with age, or do you find they're less intense with age? How do you find his tantrums are going?
He's definitely getting worse. The bigger he gets, yes. Okay. Yes, the bigger he gets, the worse he is.
So what you're saying is that whenever you're removed from a situation, he has a tantrum and is causing self-inflicting harm to himself?
Yes.
And it's getting worse as he gets older?
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, perfect. And are there any other problems or concerns you have going on right now?
No, that's pretty much the only concern. He has bad sleeping habits, but that's due to his tantrums as well.
Yeah, and is he sleeping in his own bed? Is he sleeping on his own?
He sleeps in his own bed, but he refuses to sleep alone. If I try to leave him during the night, he'll throw another tantrum.
He will throw another tantrum.
Yes.
And is he causing himself harm again?
Yes. Every time he throws a tantrum, he seems to be self-inflicting pain.
And this happens every night. Do you sleep with him every night?
Yes.
You do sleep with him every night?
Every single night.
And are there any other concerns that you have going on right now?
Yes. A couple weeks back, when David was having one of his tantrums, my older son Cole, who's 9, had tried to restrain him, and David ended up kicking him in the face.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was bad. He actually managed to break his nose.
David broke Cole's nose.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! And what happened after that? Was David, was he being self-injurious to himself, or was he causing Cole more harm, or what was happening?
Well, at that point, I've been able to kind of get back into the room, but he was back to hurting himself more than Cole. He kind of lost focus on Cole.
And was he really upset about hurting Cole? Afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah, he
He
was.
He was not happy about it, but it didn't seem to matter in the heat of the moment.
Okay, so he was just trying to get free of Cole, basically, so he didn't cause himself harm because you were gone. Okay, right?
Yeah.
And do you have any more concerns, or is that the last of your concerns?
Well, I guess the last one would be my, next year when he has to go to kindergarten. I don't know what he's going to do, whether or not he's going to be violent with the other children or violent with himself. Because, I can't be with him every day at school, so I don't know how he's going to handle being alone.
So you're just scared that when you are removed from the school environment, which you'll have to be, You're scared that he's going to become violent and it may injure the other kids and ultimately himself.
Yes.
Of course. That's a very valid concern. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I just want you to answer them as honestly as you can. Okay?
I can do that.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so do you find any of the described behaviors above, do you find they occur together?
Well, the tantrums and self-inflicting pain, those always occur together, and always at the same time. It's whenever I leave him.
Okay, so it's whenever you're removed from the situation. Yes. When those happen? Okay, perfect. Now, is David on any medications?
No medications really, other than he has puffers for asthma, but since he's so young, I don't want to put him on any medications.
Yeah, you don't feel comfortable doing that?
No, I do know that the self-inflicted pain can be caused by a chemical imbalance in his brain, and they have medications that can help that, but I don't really I'm looking for other options other than medication.
Of course, because he's only 4 years old. Absolutely, I completely understand. And does David have any medical or physical complications?
Other than his asthma and then his the autism, there's nothing really serious other than that.
Okay, and how often do you find he has asthma attacks? Are they very often, or is it only really when he gets really upset or when he's sick?
It's more or less whenever he gets to an extreme point. It's not really when during his everyday. It's never really bad.
Okay, perfect. And what about his sleeping patterns? What do David's sleeping patterns look like?
He doesn't have a sleep schedule yet.
So he's not on one.
No, I've been trying to get him on one, but whenever I feel like he is on one, I try to leave him alone while he's asleep, and he just can't handle it. He wakes up in the middle of the night, he gets into a tantrum, he starts hurting himself, and then I have to come in, calm him down, and that takes away from his sleep. And then once he wakes up the next morning and he's still tired, his tantrums get worse when he's tired.
Okay, so you're saying that the next day when he hasn't had enough sleep, it shows in his behavior, and
Yes.
his tantrums are more intense, you would say?
Oh yes. Sure.
Okay, perfect. And what about his eating routines? What do they look like?
They're good. He always eats breakfast. He eats breakfast at the same time every day. He eats lunch at the same time every day, and he eats dinner at the same time every day.
So this is the schedule you've come up with him?
Yes, we've been working on this for a long time, and we've come up with this schedule that seems to work. The only time that he refuses to eat is if I'm not around, and that can be a problem.
Okay, so if there's someone else there taking care of David, he won't eat unless you're present.
No, unless I'm around.
Oh my gosh. So sometimes if you leave in the morning, he won't eat until you come home that night?
No, he won't.
That's awful.
Yes.
Okay, so do you mind telling me his routine, his daily routine? Let's start maybe at 6 a.m. and we'll go to about 9 o'clock at night. Do you mind just going through that with me?
Okay, well, he still sleeps at 6, so he wakes up around 7 every day.
Okay, perfect.
And then, he gets dressed, and then at 8 o'clock, he's usually watching cartoons.
And where are you when he's watching cartoons?
I'm with him. I always have to be with him. So then, at 9 o'clock, I'll get breakfast ready, in sight line of him so he can always see me. And then
you eat it together?
Yes.
Okay,
of course.
Perfect.
Of course. I'll try to get in some work at around 10. Usually I'll try to go to the office, and I'll try to see if I can kind of, sneak out without him.
And is your office in your house?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
I have to work from home. He wouldn't be able to function if I was always leaving.
Okay.
So yes, I have to go to my office, and usually I'll try to sneak away from him. But if he notices, again, he'll have a tantrum. So as soon as he notices, I'll come back in and I'll try to calm him down.
So from 10 to 11 is a pretty hard hour for you then on a daily basis?
Yeah, usually it's pretty tough.
Okay.
And then we'll go 11. When he's calmed down again, I'll usually start focusing on making lunch, and then we'll eat lunch around 12. And then again, we're always together, of course. And then at 1 o'clock, we always have a nap, always at 1. And then at 2, we wake up, always, and we read books or stories, whatever we want to read at that time, and then we have kind of story time then.
Okay.
Yep. And then at 3 o'clock is when Cole finishes his school, so we go on a walk.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go walk to the school. We'll meet Cole. Then we'll come home, and then then